Hello, everyone. Caren Glasser here, and I'm your tech evangelist. I want to welcome you today to our workshop that I'm calling Stop Generating, Start Refining. Finally, a Claude workshop that meets you where you are. Today, we are here to think with tools, not chase them. So let's reset some expectations. One, AI overwhelm is usually a thinking problem, not a tool problem. And two, Claude is designed for careful thinking and refinement, not speed. You might have heard me refer to something called the Smart Stack. The Smart Stack is a workflow, not a list of tools. It's different tools that support different thinking stages. So other tools might discover, generate quickly, but Claude will refine, clarify tone, and think through nuance. So the key idea here is that Claude works best after thinking begins. So the first thing you're going to want to do is create an account, obviously. You're going to go to claude.ai. You'll sign up, enter your email address, verify your email, set a password, and select free plan. All right? I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to walk through a couple of other things that you might want to do as well. So optionally, you want to go down to the bottom where it has your name, click on your name, click on settings, and you want to make sure that you go to capabilities, turn on the memory for both the chat history and being able to reference other chats that you have done. This is really important. I really encourage you to do that. All right. So, are you ready to get going? We're going to try a practice prompt right now. I'm going to put in here something that I've already created. I want to show you how this works. Here is the sentence I wrote. I work with entrepreneurs who want to use technology without feeling overwhelmed. Please suggest one small way to make it clearer. Do not change the meaning. Preserve my voice. And then I click the little arrow. It thinks for a while, and then it's going to give me some things that I can tweak. In this case, it's asking me to add an M dash. The dash creates a beat, and without the overwhelm will land harder. Same meaning, but makes the pause more intentional. Does that make sense? Let us know if you have any questions about that in the comments. So we're going to go ahead and start with our quick win number 1. And that's meaning to start with what exists. So most people open AI tools and ask them to create something, right? That's actually the least useful way to use them. Claude works best when refining something you have already written. So instead of starting with a blank prompt, you're going to bring what you have. You're going to bring a rough draft, client emails, proposal language, newsletter paragraphs, notes from a call. And then you're going to do something like this. You're going to first put into the prompt, hi, Sarah, we're going to need to move the delivery date because a few pieces of the project are taking longer than expected. I want to make sure everything is done right instead of rushing it. So look what happens. It's thinking. This reads clearly, one small tightening. Hi, Sarah, we need to push the delivery date. A few pieces are taking longer than expected. Better to get it right than rush it. It cuts the hedge going to need to, and the last lines are going to end with more confidence. Does that make sense? So the sticky takeaway for this is bring the thinking first, then let the tool refine it. That's the quick win. All right, let's move into quick win number 2, and that is to ask for restraint. AI tools get better when you ask them to do less. I'm going to say that again. AI tools often get better when you ask them to do less. Claude responds well to clear boundaries, so restraint will actually improve the outcomes. It preserves my voice. That's a clear boundary. Clarify without ideas. That's a clear boundary. Shorten without sharpening. Again, another clear boundary. So let's try this out. We're going to go ahead and I am going to put in a prompt about tightening a newsletter. All right, so I've been thinking a lot lately about how entrepreneurs often feel pressure to adopt every new tool or trend that appears. And sometimes that pressure makes it harder to focus on the work that actually matters. So here's the prompt that I'm going to put in. You notice all in one little paragraph here. Please shorten this paragraph while preserving my voice. Do not add any new ideas. Here we go. And so it's now going to spit out, entrepreneurs feel pressure to adopt every new tool or trend, and that pressure often pulls focus away from the work that actually matters. You see how it tightened it up? It's very clear. It did not add a new idea, but it still preserved my voice. Powerful stuff. Clarity improves when the tool is asked to refine rather than create. So here's your sticky takeaway. Clarity usually improves when the tool stops trying to be clever. And that's a quick win. All right, we're going to go to quick win number 3. The tone check. Most communication problems aren't content problems. They're tone problems. Claude can act as a tone mirror, helping you identify where something is sounding off before it lands with the reader, where something may sound abrupt or feels defensive, or where the feelings or the wording might actually cause some friction. And you certainly don't want that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you a prompt that you might want to use for a sales page sentence. This program is ideal for entrepreneurs who are serious about improving their systems. The prompt is, how might this sentence come across to someone who is interested but unsure? The phrase serious but improving may feel exclusionary to some readers. And here we go. Let's see what Claude has to say. You're right to flag it. Serious about can read as a quiet challenge. So here's a small fix. This program is for entrepreneurs who are ready to improve their systems. Ready feels like an invitation rather than a test. Let me know that you can see the difference in that kind of languaging and communication. So Claude helps you hear your message from the reader's perspective. Here's your sticky takeaway. Claude helps you hear your message the way someone else will. And that's a quick win. Are you ready for quick win number 4? Here we go. Number 4, slow before refining. AI tools often get worse when you rush them. Have you ever noticed that? So Claude performs best when the thinking slows down. So use a simple rhythm like this. 1 thoughtful prompt, 1 revision, and then 1 pause. And then decide if you need more. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an example for my workshop description that I used. I'm going to go ahead and put a prompt in here. This workshop helps entrepreneurs use AI tools without feeling overwhelmed. The prompt actually is, help me clarify this sentence without changing the meaning. Here we go. And as it thinks through it, this workshop helps entrepreneurs use AI tools, M- without the overwhelm. Same fix as the very first thing we did. The dash causes a pause, and without the overwhelm hits cleaner than without feeling overwhelmed. Do you agree with that? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. So basically, slower thinking produces stronger output. I mean, that actually makes sense. So your sticky takeaway, slower thinking creates results. And that's a quick win. Let's go on to quick win number 5. When to reach for Claude. Not every AI tool is meant to make you faster. It isn't. Claude is most useful at very specific moments, not all of them. So you're going to reach for Claude before sending a proposal, a client explanation, a newsletter, or a thoughtful post. You want to skip Claude when you're still deciding what you think, when you're frustrated, and when you need something immediately. So for instance, you might have created a proposal, but you want to check the proposal closing. So you might put a prompt in something like this. I'd love to work with you on this. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. And then the prompt, I'm about to send this closing line, this is what you're talking to Claude about, to a potential client. How might it land? Does anything feel off? Is it too casual? Don't rewrite it. Just tell me what you notice. And so Claude then responds, it's warm and approachable, fits your voice, 2 small things to notice, I'd love to work with you, is genuine, but can read as slightly eager. Depending on the client relationship, that might be exactly right or slightly off balance. So questions or concern is a common pairing, but concerns introducing a mild negative, it plants the idea that there might be something to worry about. Questions alone usually do the job. So the sticky takeaway is Claude is best when nuance matters. And that's a quick win. So we've gone over a lot of things. And here's 3 things that I'd like you to remember. AI tools should reduce friction, not increase pressure. Claude works best after thinking begins, and clear thinking produces better outcomes than faster output. Entrepreneurs don't need more tools, they need better ways to use the ones that they choose. This workshop is part of the Smart Stack Quick Wins series, 1 tool, 1 shift in thinking per session. So make sure you check out the rest of the workshops. There's no urgency here, there's no pressure. I just want to make sure that you can use these platforms without fear and create some clarity. If you have any questions whatsoever, put them in the comments, or you can reach out to me at Caren@CarenGlasser.com. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you on the next workshop. Goodbye, everyone.